Hello, welcome to week 2 of HIS 115. I look forward to working with you during this week. The theme for this week is changing directions. So this week we will be exploring how American society has changed over the course of the last roughly 150 years, from 1877 to the present. So it's a very big and expansive topic. One of the key aspects of this topic is the role that the federal government has played in bringing about change in American society. We have a federal system of government, meaning that power is divided between a central government, referred to as the federal government, and various state governments. The federal government refers to the national government or central government operated out of Washington, D.C. In the discussion board for this week, you are asked to reflect on the role that the federal government has played in bringing about change. If you think about some of the major changes that have occurred in American society, has the federal government been a leader in these changes, or has it been reacting to changes beyond its control? One example would be the civil rights movement, for example. There was a major shift in civil rights and in race relations in American culture over the course of the last 150 years. Clearly, federal laws have played a role in this. The Voting Rights Act of 1965, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and the U.S. Supreme Court decision in Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas, have all had an important impact on race relations in America. It's important to consider, in these instances, was the federal government reacting to changes that were already taking place, or did the federal government actually lead in this campaign for change? Of course, this isn't the only change that has taken place in American society. Another example would be environmental change. In the 1870s, 1880s, companies were largely free to pollute the natural environment without consequence to them. But over time, federal laws were established, the federal government established the Environmental Protection Agency, and new restrictions were placed on pollution. Again, we can consider, was the federal government simply reacting to broader social trends, or was the federal government actually driving the agenda? And there are a myriad of other examples that one could present. Another topic we'll be considering, this 3-year writing assignment for the week, is the expansion of the federal government. There is no question that the federal government has expanded in size and scope over the course of the last 150 years. A person living in 1877 would be shocked by the size and scope of the federal government today. And you're asked to comment upon this expansion of the federal government. Is it a positive or a negative, or some combination of the two? I'll give just 2 brief examples of the expansion of the federal government. The federal government expanded massively through the New Deal in the 1930s, which was a response to the Great Depression. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was elected in 1933, and he established a host of new government policies and programs. To take just a few examples, Social Security was established as part of the New Deal. Social Security provides guaranteed income for individuals age 65 and over who have paid into the system, and also provides income support for individuals who are disabled, individuals who are orphaned as minors. That was one example. Another example was the Securities and Exchange Commission was created to regulate the stock market, and the FDIC was created to regulate and insure bank deposits. So there's a huge expansion of the federal government. Unemployment insurance was also created under the New Deal. A second vast expansion of the federal government occurred in the 1960s under Lyndon Johnson's Great Society programs. Lyndon Johnson oversaw the creation of massive health insurance programs, Medicare and Medicaid. Medicare provides health insurance to Americans age 65 and over. Medicaid provides health insurance to Americans of low income. And he also oversaw during this period the creation of food stamp programs to provide nutritional support to Americans, and oversaw the creation of Head Start to provide educational opportunities for young children. If you look at the role of our federal government today and the spending of the federal government today, some of the largest budget items were created in the New Deal and Great Society. One of the largest expenditures is military spending. The other large expenditures are Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. If you look at Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, that's along with military spending. Those are the bulk of the federal budget. So I hope it'll be an interesting week, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.